Hello and a very good afternoon. You're watching this special broadcast for which we have not really given you much of an intimation purely because of the crisis situation which is developed here in Kolkata, in South Kolkata. We are standing right outside Acropolis Mall. Now, this is it's a very posh mall in South Kolkata, precisely in Koshba area. And there had been an incident of fire which was first noticed at around 12:15 this noon. Now, this is a mall with centralized AC inside, which only makes a situation much more critical, and especially at a time of fire. And no difference this time as well. The smoke which you still see coming out is a clear sign of the smoke which is still there inside, caught inside the premises or the precincts of this Acropolis Mall. Now, the Acropolis Mall is a very luxury mall. You have several luxury brands out here. Today is Friday, which is the weekend, and given the fact that the weekend is knocking on the door, the crowd influx actually increases by the weekend inside the mall. Now, at this mall, people who are from Kolkata know, and those who don't belong to the city, for them, inside this mall, you have all the top brands. Apart from that, you have got a food court, you have multiple restaurants, and you also have, movie theaters, multiplex inside. So, as far as the mall is concerned, it sees a lot of footfall through the day, and especially during the summertime, young people throng inside the mall for the comfort of the AC. But at this point in time, what you trying to give you a sense is the smoke, which is a matter of concern. Well, the initial feedback which you have received that no one is there stuck inside. Okay, just to give you a sense of the smoke which you see right behind me, which is still billowing out of the mall premises from inside the mall. It only highlights the criticality of the situation, and God forbid if anyone is stuck inside. Well, having spoken to police people and, of course, the firefighters who had been pressed into action for the past 1.5 hours, they are saying they have not really come across anyone who is stuck inside. In fact, it had been a challenge for rescuers and firefighters to, in fact, go inside the mall without wearing a mask. So most of the firefighters, they found it very, very difficult to stand inside the mall premises, given the kind of smoke which has engulfed the entire mall, the precincts. And the reason why breathing became a challenge, and the reason why most of the firefighters had to come out, and thereafter they had to wear the mask and then go inside. So there you see the firefighters who are still pressed into the action. They're trying to break into the mall area, for which they are trying to break the glass facade. Now, this is a very fancy mall, like every other mall that you get to see in any metropolitan. These are fancy malls. So it has a huge glass facade, and the glass facade, while actually gives out a very fancy look, but in times of this, it only proves how critical things can become, given the fact that it is a centralized AC, which means the air which is there inside will have very little space to escape, and especially during a fire situation. The smoke is the critical part. Even though the fire, the flames can be more diabolical, but if the flames can be doused, but soon after you douse the fire, it is the smoke which takes up, fills in the space, and what you see here is no different. The smoke which is still there, caught inside the mall, is now being make a way out, so that the area can be sanitized. Now, we have seen since the fire broke out, several people have tried coming down, of course, out of panic, and given the fact it's a location very, very centrally located in South Kolkata, in a very posh area, which sees a footfall, a massive footfall every day. Obviously, the curiosity had been running among people. People had come down, and many people are still trying to take pictures and videos, and we don't blame it. It is normal tendency of people, as long as it doesn't really interfere into the rescue operation or the entire operation of dousing the fire. Well, we can't really complain, we can't really mind. So at this point in time, many people who have come down here are also trying to take a picture, a video of this moment. But to give you a sense of the a sense of the area, kindly throw aside my Jaina, sir. Come this side, please. Just to give you a sense of the area, over there, as you see, the hydraulic ladder which has been used to climb up is only to have an access up till a height, so that they can break the glass facade. breaking the glass facade is the priority at the moment, and they are trying to break the glass facade so that the smoke which is there caught up inside can come out. Now, the smoke essentially makes everything very, very critical, and the smoke, when it gets caught inside the AC duct, it actually makes breathing very, very difficult. So at this point in time, what they are trying to do, the glass facade is being broken down. Similar operation is also underway onto my left hand side. Over there, you see the glass facade has been, semi broken, and the smoke has thus come out from that place. Now, what you've been given to understand, the mall, which is about 4 or 5 storied, inside the mall, the fire has started from the mall area. Now, there is a confusion whether the fire has started from the food court area or a restaurant, because multiple suggestions have come out, and somebody said, I just spoke to somebody who works inside. The gentleman said, he noticed the fire first inside a bookstore. Excuse me, sir. If you guys don't cooperate, we will be forced to come inside. So kindly give us a space so that we can give it a side. Just go this side. So many people said that they have first noticed the fire inside a bookstore. Now we do know there is a bookstore inside this very mall. But as I said, to give you a sense of the mall, there are multiple restaurants inside. There are multiple shops inside. There is a multiplex inside. There is a food court inside. There are bookstores inside. So from one particular bookstore, which is on the fourth or the third floor, some people said that they have noticed the fire first. However, there is no clarity, and we would obviously wait for an official confirmation as whether the fire started from a restaurant or the fire started from somewhere else. But to give you a sense of the criticality, what you're witnessing right behind us, it's God's grace, I would say, that nobody is there stuck inside. It is Friday, and there are multiple offices. So if this particular block that you see is the mall area. Behind the mall area, you also have a 25-storied building, and that 25-storied building has multiple offices. On the top of that 25-storied building, you also have an open-air restaurant. So as far as the occupancy of this building is concerned, it is pretty much occupied, which means there would be obviously people inside on a Friday afternoon, and being an office day. So most of the people have been evacuated. All of them have been evacuated, and it's important to confirm that, because the people I've spoken to so far, be it the mall authorities or the police or the firefighters, they have been unequivocally saying that after the fire broke out, even before they could respond, people had managed to come out. Now, there are some theories suggesting that the exit, or one of the exits of this mall, had been pretty much blocked because of some materials like construction material. Could be some construction going on somewhere. Now, when you talk about a mall, there are multiple shops. Some shops undergo renovations. There you see the glass facade is now being broken down one after the other, and behind us, the barricade has been put up so that anything untoward can be avoided. So the effort which has been used, as you see, the effort, just focus on the visuals, Ronnie. The effort which has been put up here is essentially to break the glass facade and let the smoke come out. That's the hydraulic ladder which you see, which has been pressed into action. The hydraulic ladder which has gone up till a point. From that very point, I can see three firefighters are trying to break into the mall. They're not trying to go inside, but obviously they are trying to break the glass facade so that the smoke which is there caught inside can come out. The criticality of the situation lies. The criticality on the situation lies on the fact that it is a centralized AC and centralized AC, and that's the reason the smoke is essentially caught inside the mall premises. And because the centralized AC at times can also make a situation much more critical, as you see, the effort is to break down the glass over there that you see. They're only trying to break the glass facade so that the smoke can come out. Now, this operation had been underway for the past 1 hour or so. The fire started at around 12:15. What we've been given to understand by local people, that the fire was first noticed at around 12:15 in noon at noon, and thereafter, the fire tenders have responded to the situation. About 7 fire tenders have pressed into action. Now, firefighters, a bunch of them have gone inside to, in a way, understand if somebody is stuck. Now, as far as the mall authorities are concerned, they are saying that nobody is there inside because it is a spacious mall. It's a sprawling area. That's the reason they have adequate space for people to climb down. But I have visited this mall myself multiple times. It actually comes very close to my house, and I can do say that from the ground floor, in order to go up to the first floor, you have got two lifts for visitors, for people, and then you have two escalators climbing up each floor. Now, every floor is connected by two escalators. Now, if one escalator going up, one escalator coming down. That apart, the exits are basically behind, behind the washroom area, I would say. If the circumference is like this, uh, uh, if the circumference if the circumference is like this, like round, you have the central portion is mostly hollow because you have the escalators going up, then you have the peripheral area, you have shops by the side, and finally when you go up on the fourth floor, you have the food court, and thereafter on top of that you also have the multiplex. Now by the side of the mall area, you have the emergency exits, which are of course operational, and that's the reason many of the people have actually used the emergency exit to come down. Well, we are not trying to talk to people unless you're sure if they have really been inside, because talking to our onlookers at this point can only bring in more trouble, because there is a different excitement that always works when they have to talk to media, and that also brings in a lot of people around, which creates an unnecessary crowd, and we do not wish our work actually interferes in any kind of rescue and the operation of dousing the fire and sanitizing the area is concerned. So at the moment, the fire has been, I would say, the fire is under control, because I do not see smoke billowing out. I do not see flames coming out, but I do see smoke coming out, smoke billowing out, and it has been over 2 hours now. Yeah, it's been close to 2 hours, because the person I've spoken to said the fire was noticed around 12:15 at noon, and thereafter it's around 2:05. So it's close to 120 minutes, and in these 120 minutes, over there you see, they are trying to break the glass facade. Again, I'm saying the criticality of the movement lies in the fact that because it's a centralized AC mall, air-conditioned mall, while it looks beautiful and fancy from outside, from all sides, but because it's all covered with glass from all sides, it has got very little space for the area to, for the air to come out. So there lies the larger challenge, and the people have spoken with so far from the authority, and also, okay, the people have, okay, I do see the officers out there. So several officers are here. Okay, over there, just to give you a clearer sense. Uh, Look there. They are trying to break the facade, which you have been showing from a distance so far. We are just giving you a closer look. Now, over there, the glass facade is being broken so that the smoke actually comes out. The smoke which is still billowing out, that's exactly what makes the situation much more critical. But then this particular block, just follow my hand. This particular block is the mall area, and behind it you have a 25-story building which has got multiple offices, which also has a restaurant on the top floor. As it's an open terrace restaurant. But the backside, which is the rear block of this mall campus, it is pretty much safe, and that's what we have been given to understand. But this particular block had been the challenging area. The challenging area had been the mall area, and the fire had been first spotted on the third or the fourth floor. We will still wait for an official confirmation coming in from officials so that we get to give out the correct information. As you see, the officers are now going further deep inside to take a closer stock of the situation. Police officers had gone inside to ensure that there is no one caught. The fire tenders, with all their fire safety gears, had gone inside to ensure that no one is stuck inside. But in most situations like this, the criticality lies on the fact that how people get stuck inside, and if the air, if the smoke doesn't come out, or doesn't find a space or a vacuum to come out, a duct to come out, that's where the challenge emerges from. There you see the hydraulic ladder which is pressed into action. I can only see it has reached up to the fourth or the fifth floor. Now, given it's a mall, the ceiling height is much bigger than the standard ceiling height you get to see at your at your home. So a juxtaposition of this kind will not be a fair one. But I do see, as far as the mall standard is concerned, about fourth or fifth floor has been reached by the hydraulic ladder, and there are three firefighters who are pressed into action, and they are trying to break the glass facade. This entire window area that you see has been cleared so that the air can come out. And over there, they're trying to do the same thing. So every area over here, as you see, the smoke is still coming out, which means the smoke is still there. Now, whether the smoke is caught inside the AC duct or the smoke is still there inside the mall area, it's something we cannot really confirm because we are not allowed to go inside. We are not allowed to go inside, obviously, because the operation to sanitize the area is still underway. Now, right next to this mall, you have this open space. It is a stadium. It's called Gitanjali Stadium, and I do see several people out here. I think they are the employees. Let me just see if I can. না না কেউ আটকে নেই কেউ আটকে ধোঁয়াটা বার করে কি বড় জায়গায় না ধোঁয়া বার করা হয়েছে ধোঁয়াটাকে পুরোপুরি ব্রেকেট করা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন আমাদের গাড়ি কাজ করছে লেগেছিল কিভাবে আগুনটা লেগেছিল তো কেউ হয় স্যার একটা অভিযোগ আসছে ফায়ার এক্সিট ব্লক ছিল পুরো রাবিশ ছিল সেখানে দেখুন এখন ফায়ার ফাইটিংটা আসছে না আমরা সমস্যা পাইনি আমরা ফায়ার ফাইটিং আগুন নিয়ন্ত্রণে third floor and 99%. So the fire has been completely doused. The fire has been completely doused.
No, firefighting is going on. Okay. Firefighting is going on, but we have got the fire under our control. There is no chance of further fire.
So this challenge had been up till the third, fourth, or the fifth floor?
No, challenge actually the fire was on the third and mezzanine portion, and we have already took entry on that particular floor, and we have already controlled the fire, and it will not be allowed to spread further.
So the
food court. Sorry?
The source of fire is at the food court.
No, third floor, most probably there was one bookstore.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Nobody is stuck inside?
No, nobody is trapped.
The entire mall and the office premises have been completely evacuated?
Yeah, to a total mall portion we have evacuated. Nobody is trapped, and firefighting operation is going on. It will take some time.
So the firefighting officials who are pressed into action, are they all safe? Because we also...
Yes, everybody is safe, and we have used judging apparatus set as the building was totally engulfed in smoke, and we have used BS set.
Okay, so as I said, my source was more or less right. I would say the fire started from a bookstore, and the bookstore is on the third floor, which is third floor and fourth floor in between. There is a mezzanine floor. I do see the fire minister has come down. Let me see if I can just talk to him. So the fire minister has come down to take stock of the situation. Let him do his work first, and maybe we'll speak to him later. Let me see if I can find out a few staff who had been here inside the mall. দাদা আপনি কি ভিতরে ছিলেন? হ্যাঁ আপনারা ভিতরে ছিলেন? নমস্কার, I'm a journalist, sir. From NTT. Which floor you were in, sir?
We are from Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited. We have our own office at 16th floor. Now, my only request: don't panic, everyone. We are the administration from Acropolis. They evacuate everyone very effectively. But one problem is there: the entire emergency exit are blocked by different type of building materials.
Okay.
We are going to discuss with the administration tomorrow. And hopefully, maybe we are going to close our office tomorrow.
Okay. Sir, can I get your name, please?
This is Archan Bakchi from Dalmia Cement Bharat.
Mr. Bakchi, you said your office was on the 16th floor, which is the block B, the rare.
Yep.
Okay.
Every office started from the 5th floor onwards.
And the fire was there inside the mall.
Chili's.
Okay. Now there are multiple versions coming in.
No. We have a video. We have all types of video.
Okay.
Source is it's from Chili's only.
Okay. Is there also a bookstore near to Chili's?
Crossworld.
So many people are saying that it could be the bookstore.
No, whatever we saw in the video, that is from Chili's only.
Okay. I need further clarification. So when you say the fire exits have been entirely blocked with rubbish and building materials, did you notice it for the first time today? Has that point?
Every time we are escalating this thing to office administration, but we do not have any access in the emergency service because we have access from the lift only. but I don't know why they are not clear this type of materials.
So it could have posed a different kind of a challenge altogether if people
Yeah,
were
it's a challenge. It's a challenge. People for Acropolis office is too good. They are not getting panicked. Otherwise, the situation is, you know.
Well, I must appreciate how Mr. Bakchi, the first thing he said that do not panic, even though he himself was caught inside with his other colleagues on the 16th floor.
My entire colleagues are there near about 135.
Okay, and they're all safe.
Also,
Okay, fantastic. We only hope and pray that everyone is safe. Even the firefighters who have gone inside to kind of sanitize the area. But a very important point to note is when you have a mall, a fancy mall, or a building of this kind, it is meant to have, as per the fire safety norms, clear fire exits. Now, this is not the first complaint which you have received. Probably the second time you're hearing a complaint of this kind, where people are saying that the fire exits have been completely blocked because of rubbish and building material. Now, when you are working for renovation of an office or renovation of a shop, it generally creates a debris, generally creates some rubbish, and the rubbish is ideally meant to be taken out from the building pressings and disposed of or sent to the garbage. But in some situations, you also encounter where the exits are blocked because they find it easy. They find it very easy to kind of dump it somewhere and not really take responsibility of dumping the dump at the dump yard, because that would incur some extra costs. So for such cheap, I would say easy mindset, with cheap mindset, I would say, many a times we see that people collect their rubbish and then dump it near the exits because uh, generally people don't take the fire exits. Generally people don't take those staircases. But then they fail to realize that in a situation of this kind, how critical things can actually become. God forbid had anyone been stuck on the fire exit staircase, the situation would have been absolutely different. Well, let me see if I can speak to others. Hi, sir. Were you working here? Okay. Sir, আপনি ছিলেন ভেতরে? Huh? What is your name, sir? আপনার নাম?
দেবদাস বাদখান
Sorry?
দেবদাস বাদখান
দেবদাস বাজখান। আপনি কোন ফ্লোরে ছিলেন?
আমি সুপার স্টপ
শপার স্টপে কাজ করেন। শপার স্টপে তো মলের মধ্যে।
হুম
সো ওটার ৩টে ফ্লোর আছে না ২টো ফ্লোর?
3টে ফ্লোর
৩টে ফ্লোর। গ্রাউন্ড ফ্লোর থেকে নিয়ে থার্ড ফ্লোর অবধি।
সেকেন্ড ফ্লোর
সেকেন্ড ফ্লোর অবধি। কখন আপনারা জানতে পারলেন যে আগুনটার কথা? মানে
আমরা
অ্যালার্ম বাজলো কটায়?
11:50 নাগাদ
11টা 50 নাগাদ। আর আপনি ইমিডিয়েটলি কি করেছিলেন? বেরিয়ে এসে
আমি ইমিডিয়েট আমার যে কাস্টমার টিকেট সেটার নামিয়ে দিয়েছি।
আচ্ছা, কত কত কাস্টমার ছিল তখন ভিতরে আপনাদের
তখন
শপে?
আমাদের সাথে কাস্টমার ছিল ওই 20-25 জন।
২০-২৫ জন।
হুম
আর সবাইকে সেফলি ইভ্যাকুয়েট করাতে পেরেছিলেন?
হ্যাঁ আমরা ফায়ার এক্সিট দিয়ে evacuate করি।
কতক্ষণ সময় লেগেছিল পুরো ইভ্যাকুয়েশন প্রসেসটা?
আমাদের 10 মিনিট।
10 মিনিটের মধ্যে আপনারা
হুম।
করেছিলেন। বাকিদের মধ্যে কোনো চিৎকার চেঁচামেচি প্যানিক
না
দেখেছিলেন?
না না না।
আচ্ছা, আর এই যে আপনারা ফায়ার এক্সিট এমার্জেন্সি এক্সিটের জায়গা দিয়ে বেরোলেন, ওই জায়গাটি কি ক্লিয়ার ছিল না জিনিসপত্র
ক্লিয়ার
রাখা
ছিল
ছিল?
ক্লিয়ার ছিল।
আচ্ছা, অনেকে বলছে নাকি ওই সিঁড়ির মধ্যে অনেক কিছু রাখা ছিল।
না ওটা আমাদের ফায়ার এক্সিটের মধ্যে রাখা ছিল না।
আচ্ছা, অন্য জায়গাটায় রাখা
অন্য
ছিল।
কোথায় ছিল বলতে পারছি না।
Okay, okay. So this gentleman working at Shopper Stop is confirming that it took about 10 minutes for him and others to in a way ensure that all the customers are evacuated from inside Shopper Stop without any wastage of time within 10 minutes. And at the moment, while people are safe, people have been brought out. But then, some questions which are, of course, uncomfortable for the mall authorities will have to be addressed in days to come, as why emergency exits were blocked with rubbish and other building materials. Because and you would find inside malls, one shop is under making, under construction. They display it in a very fancy way that we will be out here very soon. But while the work happens and you don't get to see the work beyond those curtains or hoardings. Okay, so more glass facade is being broken down. Look there. So they are essentially trying to break the glass one after the other. Look there. The glass facade is being broken down, and so that the smoke can actually come out. And this operation, which had been on for the past 120 minutes and more, is still ongoing. because the smoke is still there. So because the smoke is still there, caught inside, that's the reason the necessity exists to in a way break the glass facade and then ensure the smoke comes out. Well, if breaking one or two glass windows had been enough, they wouldn't have carried on this exercise beyond one or two windows. The fact that it is still on only highlights how critical the situation could be inside this very shopping complex, and also the office premises, which is there along with the mall. So if if you see the premises, it's a 25-story building, very fancy, and it came about a couple of years back. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first incident of fire that we are reporting on, a fire of this kind in the last couple of years. But then in the city of Kolkata, this is the second incident of a major fire after one which happened in Park Street just 4 days back. Thankfully, like in the case of Park Street here too, there had been no casualties, and we thank our stars for that. The response time had been quite excellent, as people are saying, from firefighters, from mall authorities, from police have responded with such alacrity and speed that people got evacuated without wastage of any time, and that had been the saving grace. So over here, out here, as you see, the glass facade had been completely broken down one after the other, at least onto the left side, so that the smoke which was caught inside can be absolutely released. And that's the reason you see the duct, which was still a couple of minutes back, was actually gushing out the smoke, has suddenly fallen quiet, because possibly it's an indication the air ventilation and the air condition ducts are now getting free of the smoke which was stuck up inside. Okay, so somebody who was there inside the mall has very kindly sent us a testimony. One of our viewers, we would like to play that. Titash, go ahead and play that testimony of the first-hand account of somebody who was stuck there inside the mall when the fire broke out and was one of the first to have been evacuated. And he is an office goer at one of these offices which is there along with the mall. So play out the soundbite of the gentleman whose testimony could be very, very crucial at this juncture.
All that time because my office in 17th floor. So in that time situation is now under control. लगता है तो 15 16 तरफ फायर ब्रिगेड की गाड़ी तो ऑलरेडी आ चुका है. अभी भी जरूरत होगा शायद.
तो शाइनो,
एग्जैक्टली
जब जब फायर ब्रेकआउट हुआ, यू गाइस वर आस्क्ड टू इवैक्यूएट द ऑफिस इमीडिएटली.
एग्जैक्टली मैंने इन दैट मोमेंट हम लोग निकल चुके थे ऑफिस से. इवन होल ऑफिस वाज पैनिक खा गया था थोड़ा बहुत.
And there was smoke in the office, smoke while you were trying to
No, no,
escape.
no, because while it is in fourth or fifth floor, so while we are in 17th floor, so not that much, but people also panicked, na?
So, and your office has declared a holiday for today.
Yeah, already cleared.
A couple of viewers who are trying to connect with us. Of course, they have posed certain question. Shomiron Das is asking, is everyone safe inside the mall? Thank you, Shomiron, for showing care. Yes, everyone is safe inside the mall, and people who were there inside the mall and also inside the office premises, they have all been evacuated without any wastage of time, and that's the reason there had not been any single incident of casualty so far. We have not really come across any report of injury or casualty so far. Thank you, Shomiron, for the care. Christopher Bagde is asking, hope everyone is safe. As per the police verification, there's no casualty and everyone is out of the mall. Yes, Christopher, you're right. শান্তনু চ্যাটার্জি, তমাল সাহা, নমস্কার, আপনি প্রথম খবর জানালেন. Well, there is no competition at a situation of in a situation of this kind. Well, we appreciate Shantanu for connecting with us, for watching our live broadcast. Megha Bandyopadhyay is saying, এত বড় শপিং মল বাট কোনো ফায়ার এক্সটিংগুইশারের ব্যবস্থা নেই, না হলে এত সময় তো লাগার কথা নয়. Well, I will not really get into speculations. Megha, please understand, I'm sure if you're from Calcutta, you must have visited this mall at some point or other. People, when they visit the mall, yes,
everyone saying that there is not proper extinguished stuff.
No, what's your name?
My name is Shankar Goswami. My father is a worker. He's an assistant manager in the food court. And when I hear the news,
Look at the camera.
when I hear
Don't
the news-
panic. Calm down. Calm down. Nobody is judging you. Calm down. Were you there inside the mall?
No, I'm not actually. I'm in home. When I call, my father called me and he's not receiving the phone. So I just saw the news in the TV, and I think I have to come here. So when I here come, I call my father and he's not receiving the phone. But I know I have believed that the Acropolis Mall air fire extinguish committee is very professional, because my father, I see their groups. There is all every week there is a practice of extinguishing the fire. Okay. So
What is your father's name? Where does he work? Where does he work?
she's work is Marlin, the Acropolis Malls committee. Marlin.
Okay.
Is,
So he works with Merlin.
yes, yes.
What is your father's name?
My father's name is Tilak Goswami.
Mr. Tilak Goswami.
Yes,
Is he safe?
Yes, he's safe. He's
Where is
working. He's working. He's actually, you see,
Wearing that
blue shirt.
blue shirt
Yes, yes.
with a mask on.
Yes, he's work whole.
Okay. Can you call your father, please?
I actually say that. I actually want to say that there is a good air.
That's your father? Okay. So a son who was worried about his father had come down at the mall, and his father is actually working at the mall. নমস্কার ভয়ের কিছু নেই স্যার আপনারা আপনারা কোন ফ্লোরে লেগেছিল বলতে পারবেন হ্যাঁ So his father actually works with. He's still in middle of his job, and a worried son had come down for his father. Thank you so much, beta, for coming down. Your father is safe.
No,
You
I
please
actually
maintain safe
clarifying-
distance.
I actually
Then you
clarifying-
can't clarify on the mall's behalf. I can only speak to your father.
Okay,
You're not
okay.
the right authority, beta.
Okay.
So I
But
appreciate your
everyone's
concern.
telling that false things. No,
No, don't worry, don't worry,
Everyone-
don't. You,
everyone
you
telling
can't be
the
the
lie.
spokesperson of the mall.
Everyone
Please
telling the
understand.
lie.
Please understand. I get your anxiety. I get your concern, but your father and somebody from the mall can be the right authority to respond.
They have their work, no, actually. So they are not coming out.
They
because-
will. They will. Once the operation is over, they
Okay,
will. You
yeah.
don't worry. You stay aside.
Everybody saying the lie.
No worries, no worries. So over here, as you see, the operation is still on. Well, they're trying to break the glass facade. As you see, the more glass windows are now being broken down so that the air can be cleared, the smoke can be cleared, and there lies the biggest challenge where the smoke, if it gets stuck inside, well, the most critical aspect is human life. So a human life is not there stuck inside. That's what the confirmation we have received from Uh, just focus over there, na, please. That's the confirmation you received from police people, from firefighters, and of course mall authorities. As you see, the way the glass facade is now been broken, and literally they are coming down. It's a very scary sight to kind of witness, but then it's very critical. An operation, the exercise which is now currently on for more than 120 minutes. 120 minutes and more, where the police people are trying to ensure, okay, I do see fire minister is now trying to go inside the mall. We'll let him be. We'll, of course, expect him to come out and then issue a statement. But while he is actually taking stock, it will be unfair to come in middle of the entire process. So they're trying to go inside. They're trying to go inside. If not inside the mall, maybe they would try and go somewhere closer so that they get to. But they get a clearer sense. Okay, the fire minister is now going inside the mall. The fire minister is going inside the mall, and as you see, the windows which have been broken down so far, the shards of glass scattered all across, as you see, and over here, all the people are, the fire minister has gone inside the mall, and okay, there you see, we will. The fire minister is there inside, and he is going inside the mall. So obviously, okay, they're just trying to go by the mall area. Uh, we will not go inside the mall, but Ronnie. So this is the back end. This is the back end of the mall, which is the block 2. This is the back end of the mall, and all the lifts are all open because there is no power connection inside, and they are trying to ensure nobody goes inside. And I do feel the smoke. The smoke is pretty very strong, which is coming out. Well, this is one of the this is one of the many exits, and as you see, the smoke is still coming out from the fire exit, and essentially showing us how the smoke is traveling from the top floors to the ground floor. Now, a smoke, if it's too heavy, it also comes down, and if you are actually working on a centralized area. Now, this is one of the uh, fire exits. One of the fire exits, and which is now kept open so that the smoke can come out. The smoke is still pretty much thick because I cannot see beyond a point. Just take some videos out here as much as you can, because we are not in a position to go inside, and we will not go inside. The situation is very very critical because the staircase has been kept open so that the smoke can actually come out. This is one of the many fire exits which has now been kept open so that people can actually travel out. There are multiple fire extinguishers out here, and while people express doubt and apprehension if the mall had all the wherewithal to control a situation of this kind, well, they do have, because this is a very fancy mall, and obviously they will have all the fire safety measures in place. The fire safety measures are very much in place, and I do see at this very store there is a first aid box. So out here, the door which has been kept open, essentially for the smoke to come out. Now these are all fire extinguishers which are here, and the fire extinguishers are there attached to one of the many exits. Now this is one of the many fire exits which are here, and the smoke is still coming out. Well, we're just trying to give you a sense of the criticality of the situation, why and how it becomes so critical. It becomes critical because of the smoke. While the fire has been completely doused. Okay, I do see a ladder which is there. I do see a ladder which is there. Ronnie, can you please come this side? I do see a ladder which is there on the stair. The camp. And many people have complained that the staircase which has such landings. On the landings, many people actually have kept their stuff, be it used material or a ladder or rubbish or dump or building material, and we do see one such thing on this very landing of the fire exit staircase. Now it's important to understand there are many such fire exits, and this is not the only one. But the fact that you have such stuff inside the fire exit staircase raises a couple of questions about the safety measures, which are otherwise very very strict and stringent, because you're not supposed to keep anything on the landing of the stairs, so that the fire exit and the emergency exit are completely clean, so that in a situation of absolute emergency, people find adequate space to come out. So right behind me, you have this emergency exit. This emergency exit has been kept open because the smoke is still coming out, and the smoke, which is pretty much thick, is uh, is the smoke which is coming out, and it's too loud. The smoke which is still coming out, as you see, it's essentially coming out because it's traveling down now. It's traveling down. Well, this is one of the many fire exits which is here. But please understand, this is the rear block of the mall. This is the rear block of the mall. We are going. This is the rear block of the mall, and over here too, this is another storage area, I would say, and I do not see smoke coming out from that side. Well, the fire exits are basically very very essential. যাবো না স্যার, আমি গেছি ভিতরে, বলুন যাবো না, আমরা এখানেই আছি, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি, আপনারা এখানে দাঁড়ান, যাবো না ভিতরে, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি. So the fire exits have been kept open so that the smoke can actually come out. Now, this is the rear block. Please understand, this is the rear block of the mall, On the right hand side, you have the mall, which is a separate block altogether, and in that separate block, you have you have the shops, you have eateries, you have multiplex. So you have everything inside the mall. While this is the rare block, and it has mostly the mostly office premises. On the top floor of this very block, you also have uh, an open air restaurant. So at the moment, this exit has been kept open so that the smoke can come out. Before I leave this place, I just want to give you a sense again. There are plyboards which have been kept. There are plyboards which have been kept by the aisle of the staircase. I don't know how much of that you can see. And obviously, it is against the policy. No matter who says what and what comes in the defense. We do such things at homes and especially in middle class homes, but a mall is not a middle class place, and it is a professional space where things should be in place as per the professional standards. And if the fire safety protocol clearly demands that the fire exit should be an emergency exit should be kept away, kept clear of all clutter, then certainly it raises question. As the smoke is clearing out, you do see a stairs, a ladder, you do see a plywood and other stuff which have been kept on this very fire exit. So out here, the smoke which is still coming out is the smoke which is still the smoke which is still coming out uh, from the emergency exits. Okay. Now over here, as you see, the entire area is covered in glass shards. Entire area is covered in glass shards, and out here, as you see, they have all broken down from atop because firefighters. This is again another entrance into the office, and out there the fire exit. There you see no entry. It's a fire exit. You can't really enter from this side, and we are literally walking on the glass shards from all over. The glass shards over there everywhere. See, and this is how critical this entire area has become. We will not really go that side because not really sure if something would fall. But the entire corridor is now covered in glass shards because the windows have been broken down, and these windows, which ensure that the smoke is finally cleared and is out, they essentially they essentially okay. This is another fire exit, and over here, this is another fire exit. Okay, look here. This is another fire exit, and we do see chairs and all of that have been kept. Uh, this is a fire exit. It says no entry, and you also find such frames kept out here. Now, I asked my video journalist to focus on this. Now, the mall authorities are definitely. Sir, 1 second. Are you from the mall?
Okay, 1 second over. 1 second over, please.
Are you from the mall?
Yes.
You're from the mall? Okay. You're from the
Please,
mall.
please,
He's
please.
from the mall.
Please.
Please answer now. Why have you kept all this stuff at the fire exit?
Please.
Please answer now. Enough of the please you have heard. Please tell us why have you kept?
Please,
Don't
please,
touch me. Why have you kept all this stuff
please,
here? This is a
please.
fire exit. This is an emergency
Please,
exit.
please,
Meant to be clear.
please.
This is an emergency exit, right?
Dakho, please,
This is an
please,
emergency exit, right?
Please.
Don't say please.
Please.
You have not done your job properly. Just because there is a casualty doesn't mean that you would be absolved of your responsibility, sir.
আমরা দেখুন এখন পারমিশন নেই এখন ফায়ার ব্রিগেডের কাছে আমার কাছে কেন গেছে ওখানে
আমাদের এটা কাজ দাদা
বুঝতে পেরেছি প্লিজ
বুঝতে পেরেছেন তাহলে আপনি কেন
প্লিজ আপনি
আমাদের এটা কাজ
1 second.
কোথায় যাচ্ছে কাকে
দেখুন
This is certainly wrong.
প্লিজ কাম
If you are from the mall, then please answer. এখানে এই জিনিসপত্রগুলো কেন রাখা হয়েছে?
প্লিজ
এখানে জিনিসগুলো কেন রাখা হয়েছে? বলুন একবার।
প্লিজ
আমি আপনাকে প্লিজ বলে জিজ্ঞেস করছি এগুলো রাখা হয়েছে কেন
প্লিজ আপনি
এখানে?
এখান থেকে যান প্লিজ স্যার প্লিজ যান আপনি এখান
Of
থেকে
course যাব, ভিডিওটা
Please,
নেব।
please.
আগে ভিডিওটা নেব। This is a proof
প্লিজ
how you have cluttered the exit
sir,
of a
please.
fire emergency exit.
প্লিজ
Just because there is no casualty doesn't mean you would be absolved of your responsibility.
প্লিজ
Okay. This is strange. All they want is to cover up. All they want is to cover up. Look, they are trying to block. They are trying to block each and every door. They are trying to block each and every door because out here you have a staircase which is covered in clutter. And this I find on the ground floor. this is the ground floor, this is the basement area, and you have the main mouth of an emergency exit literally cluttered with plywood, iron frame, steel frame, and chairs. Now, they are trying to ensure that we don't get to see that picture. But why? I mean, it is your responsibility to keep things clear. Just because there has not been any casualty, they cannot be absolved of the responsibility. And we are trying to raise this point because we are now getting used to living in a very uber luxurious life where we want malls at every corner. But these malls need to have safety wear, safety gear, so that a human life is not risked. I mean, why do you have to report on a tragedy of this kind and then also identify the lapses on the part of the mall authorities? The lapses on the part of the mall authorities should be questioned. And the mall authorities have not really come out with a statement as yet. They have only tried blocking the door. Now, when people actually complain to us that they have found it difficult to actually come out of the mall because the emergency exits have been mostly blocked with clutter, they were actually not throwing in the air, and they were not, they were not lying. So if this is true, then the mall authorities will have to answer. And you know what? The mall belongs to a very top brand. Now the brand would also have PR agencies employed. Now those PR agencies would then try and issue a statement. The PR agency would then make personal calls. The PR agency would then call you and ask you, please don't report this. Don't go by hearsay. We are absolutely upbeat about all the precautionary measures. And I can also tell you with absolute guarantee, uh, okay, well, we'll try and speak to the fire minister later. Leave him, leave him. We'll try and speak with the fire minister later. Out here, well, out here that you see is a chaotic situation for which mostly people hold media responsible. Well, you can actually call us names and you can actually say we lack mannerism. But then, at times, in order to identify the one little lapse that can be extremely dangerous for human lives, it just took us few steps to go and open, show you what's there inside that door. While you would find it wrong, while I find what the mall authorities have been doing extremely wrong. And so that nobody takes a chance of this kind in the future, it's very, very important, even if it means violating a certain decency. If we get to highlight the true picture, it is very important to do it. Now, at the moment, we do see the fire minister is talking. The senior police officers are out here, and they have all tried sanitizing the area. Well, I do not see the smoke billowing anymore. The smoke has reduced. The smoke is not coming out, which is a good sign, which means the smoke has been cleared out to a great extent. Well, if it's completely sanitized or not, we have to wait and see. But then going back to the point, the lapses that we come across in a situation of this kind only compels us to raise a couple of questions. Question number one, are all fire safety measures properly in place? It doesn't matter if a fire safety tank is expired, or of course it matters, but you keep those fire safety tanks affixed on the wall, mounted somewhere in the staircase, and you try and display that all the fire safety measures are being adhered to. But the question is, in a situation, an emergency of this kind, when you have to respond to an emergency, whether everything is working or not. While even if I give absolute benefit of doubt to the mall authorities that every fire safety measure had been in place and everything had worked properly, thus there had been no casualty. The humble question is, there is a critical aspect of fire safety vis-a-vis evacuation and rescue, that the emergency exits have to be cleared, or have to stay clear of all clutter. Now, I come from a middle class family, and everyone who is from a middle class family would actually relate to me. If you belong to a house and it has a second floor, you have a staircase. We always use our staircase as an additional utility area. We try and keep our washing machine, we keep our shoe rack, we keep this, that, a cylinder. And it's anybody living on a flat, you would always find, the corridor outside your flat has a shoe rack, again, cylinder, things that you don't want to keep inside your flat because of paucity of space. You find the open common space as an easy dump yard. Well, we often make a mistake that can cause a big challenge for one and all, and especially in an emergency of this kind. But if that is a talk of the home, that can't be expected happening inside a mall, because mall is nobody's home. So if somebody behaves like home inside a mall and clutters an emergency exit staircase with rubbish and things that you've already seen and caught in the camera, well, we will obviously raise a question. And the mall authorities, whether they choose to answer or not, or whether they choose to answer via some PR agency, doesn't really matter. The question is out here, and the questions will be reaching to them because we know for sure viewers understand what I'm coming from. And it is an absolute a layman's language. If there is rubbish on the staircase landing, I would find difficulty, coming out of a space and use that area as an emergency exit. And imagine if people had been stuck inside. Haven't you seen in movies? Have we forgotten the Upahar fire tragedy of Delhi? Have we forgotten what happened at Stephen Court in Kolkata? Have we forgotten what happened at AMRI Hospital in Kolkata? Have you forgotten the fire tragedy that happened in Mumbai? And all of that has happened because primarily of the smoke. And when the smoke engulfs, people look for a window to come out, look for a window to release themselves. And the emergency exit is one such release that should relieve people if they manage to take it and come out of the of the place of occurrence. And in most cases, we find that people have succumbed to the smoke because either the emergency exit had been blocked with clutter, or the emergency exit, or the building lacked fire safety measures. So at this point in time, the two obvious questions we are trying to raise: the fire safety measures, if being in place, fair enough. What about the fire safety norm of keeping the emergency exit absolutely clutter free? Now, that's one question would definitely be posed. We'll try and get closer to the Fire Minister and see if he is willing to give a statement and is in a position to give a statement. Well, this is an entire mall. Well, first thing first, let's repeat, there are no casualties. First thing first, there are... Sir, sir, how was the... So could you go inside? Could you go inside? Could you go inside? What did you find, sir? What did you find? What did you find?
एक्चुअली हम लोग तो बोला है बार बार ऐसा ही बोलता है যে আমি কি বাংলায় বলবো
কি দেখলেন ভেতরে গিয়ে?
ভেতরে গিয়ে যেটা দেখছি আমরা যে আগুন এখন নেই এখন জায়গাটা আগুন কন্ট্রোল হয়ে গেছে এখন ধোঁয়াটা যে স্মোকটা আছে তাও দেখবেন এখন স্মোক বেরোচ্ছে না আমরা এইগুলো ভেঙে দিয়েছি গ্লাসগুলোকে ভেঙে দেওয়ার পর এখন আর সেগুলো এখন একটু কুলিং করতে হবে সময় লাগবে
এরপরে কি?
এরপরে কুলিং হবে
না, আমি বলতে চাইছি যে এরপরে আইনি
প্রক্রিয়া বললাম তো এনকোয়ারি হবে ফরেনসিক হবে যদি কেউ দোষী থাকে যদি কেউ অন্যায়ভাবে কিছু করে থাকে সেটা আইনে
আপনারা কি শপিং মল কর্তৃপক্ষের সঙ্গে কথা বলেছেন?
এখন বলবো কি করে এখন তো বলা না আগে আমরা নিজেরা আগে দেখে নিই কর্তৃপক্ষকে পরে ডাকবো আমরা নোটিশ করবো আমরা
Sir, just a confirmation, no casualty? कोई casualty नहीं है?
कोई कैजुअलिटी नहीं
कोई
है
इंजरी नहीं है?
नहीं
अच्छा सर, लोगों का कहना है करीबन 10-15 मिनट में लोग इवैक्यूएट तो हो गए, लेकिन एक चीज जो बार बार सामने आ रहा है कि जो सीढ़ी है इमरजेंसी
सुना है कोई डेब्रिज था हमें सुना है
हाँ।
देखेंगे हम
सर वो तो क्लियर वायलेशन हो गया ना सर, वो फायर
देखेंगे
अच्छा
कोई बोला है तो आपको कोई कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो हम लोग देख लेंगे
अच्छा, और ये जो मॉल अथॉरिटी है सर, उनसे कोई संपर्क हुआ अभी तक?
नहीं हम लोग नोटिस भेजेगा हम लोग किसी के साथ मुलाकात नहीं करेंगे नोटिस भेजेगा कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा उसका पेपर कुछ किया है वो देखेंगे
Sorry sir, आपको trouble किया. I know you have gone inside and smoke is really difficult at times to deal with. So the mall authorities will definitely have to issue a statement. When they do it, again we have to wait and see. Let me see if I find somebody from the mall and okay, I think she's from the mall. Let me just inquire. Are you from the mall, ma'am, by any chance?
Yes.
You're from the mall? I'm so sorry. Carry on. I just wanted to be sure. What's your name, ma'am? Are you done? আচ্ছা করে নাও বলছি আগুনটা যে লেগেছিল বলা হচ্ছে একজন বলছে যে কোনো বইয়ের দোকানে আরেকজন
Crosswords
বইয়ের দোকানে
Crosswords
Your name, ma'am, please?
শর্বাণী, আপনি ওনার সাথে কথা বলবেন রায়দার সাথে? হ্যাঁ। এটা একটু জাস্ট ওই আগুনের কারণ এগুলো
Sharbani,
আমরা এগুলো কিছু একটা যেন আমরা মানে যে এমনিতে কিছু বলতে পারবো না কি হয়েছে ভেতরে। হ্যাঁ
You're from the mall authorities, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sharbari, what's your full name, and are you from Merlin Group?
Yes, I'm from Merlin.
Okay, you
You
have your
are?
office out here. My name is Tamal Saha.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist, and you are live on NTT now.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
You are friends of Udit?
Uh,
Udit Mukherjee?
we will talk about that later. You are live.
Okay, okay.
We are
Sorry,
live. So just tell me something. How long did it take for everyone to evacuate people inside?
it's within 10 to 15 minutes people could come out,
Okay.
because all the employees, because the moment we came to know about these things, immediately our firefighting teams, internal firefighting teams, they tried to take the control the things, and then after that within 10 minutes fire brigade came, and if the alarm system worked, everything, all these things are in place, so everybody could come out. Office people were there in the up the floor after from 6th floor to 20th, and we are there in the office. So
Okay. How was the crowd like?
crowd was not that much. So that's why the casualty is also not there. There is no casualty, zero casualty.
Okay.
So everybody could come out. Everybody is evacuated. There is zero casualty.
Well, Shorbani, it's a very fancy mall, and
Yes.
I literally seen this mall come up. I belong to the city. I've literally
Yes, yes.
seen this develop. Expected to have all fire safety norms
Yes.
in place.
Yes.
But there is, it is the staircase. Many people have complained that a fire exit, the emergency exit, which essentially are the staircase, had been cluttered of either rubbish or dump or building materials. I at least saw two such emergency exits which had either a wooden ladder or iron frame or chairs, literally blocking the passage. Is it part of the protocol by any chance?
No,
It can't be.
I think there could be some reason, but I took one exit. I didn't find anything there in that exit.
Okay. I can,
A lot of employees could come out with me, so nobody. We have not seen that. So then we have to find it out. And what you are talking about, we have to ask and find it out. Do the internal investigation. Otherwise, I have not myself. I have not seen anything.
well, I can tell you about these two exits and the third one over here. I have not really gone inside the mall violating the norms. I have been outside, and from outside I could see very at the very ground floor. You have the passage and the landing completely cluttered with stuff. In fact, if you can go now, you would find it. It is certainly not expected, because it creates a challenge. What if people had been stuck inside the landing or the staircase? Would have been extremely diabolical. Will the mall authorities look into it?
Obviously, we look into it. If you are saying that what is coming out to be true, we will look into. But one thing, the good thing is that there is no casualty. Everybody
Well,
would come out.
we thank our stars for that. But because there had not been any
No, but
casualty, doesn't mean that the mall cannot be asked the question
No.
and
We
will be
will
absolved
do
of
the
it.
investigation
Right.
why this incident happened. We'll have to certainly do the investigation. Because Acropolis Mall, I have been working here for the last 5 years. Nothing of this kind of sort of incidents never happened in the malls. The first time, it's very unfortunate. So we will have to investigate why this happened.
Obviously,
But our line, electricity line was completely okay. If you talk to our other stuff, the CESC was completely okay. CESC is not, suppose if it is a if you think it's a short circuit, then it would have been not there. But it's not a short circuit. So how it happened in Crossroads? What was the
it
reason?
happened at Crosswords.
Crosswords. So
Okay,
we have
which
to
is the
find
third
it
floor.
out. Yes, we have to find it out and investigate. Because it happened at such a period of time. It's just an opening of the time of his mall of
Right.
opening. So we also couldn't know what is actually. So we will do the investigation. The management will do the investigation and everything.
I'm simply counting on your words when you say the management is actually would
Sure.
do the
We are
investigation.
very responsible as a responsible mall authority.
Will
Acropolis
the
Mall
management
Authority is
also issue a
also part
statement?
of South City Mall. So we are a very responsible mall. Merlin Group is a responsible authority. So we will take care of these things. If
All that I hope
anything is found, any problem, we will obviously we'll let you know and
We-
we will correct the measures.
we are
But
not
I think there is why this fire happened. The crossword, we have to find it out. Right now, we
Do
could
the
not go
investigation,
inside and
you
we could not know. what
my
is-
only concern is Shorbani, and I'm not against in industry. I'm not against in the business. I have been frequenting this mall. It's very close to my
There are
house.
more than 2,000 employees working
Right,
in the
absolutely
mall.
not.
So it's a future. It's
Absolutely not against it. But
rigidity of.
please get the point. Please get the point correct and the emotion correct. It is
Yes.
very simple.
Yes.
If there is any wrong, do introspection and
Sure.
correct it.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure,
do
sure.
introspection and correct it, because most often than ever we find brands being very touchy about their reputation and PR agencies
No,
getting
no,
to
no.
damage
If there
control.
is any, if there is
Because we are
any,
playing those
yeah.
videos, I've sent more videos to my producer who would be running them. It is not against your group or any individual. It's just to make people more aware.
Yes,
And when you
yes, yes.
criticize, essentially you show that you care.
Sure, sure.
I hope you take it in the right spirit. Thank you so much, Sharbani, for speaking with us. So the mall authorities are assuring they would be introspecting and they would be investigating and they would be looking into the matter. But out here, as we wind up this broadcast, there are few takeaways. Number one, there are no casualties. Number two, because it happened at the early hour, the footfall had been limited. The reason why the crowd was under control. Number three, the response had been well within time. The reason why there had not been a single report of injury, there had not been a single incident of casualty. I can say this much because my house is here, very close by. We have literally seen this mall come up, and any new construction is expected to have all modern facilities. While not giving any benefit of doubt, but then it is expected the mall would have all safety and precautionary measures in place. And maybe it's reflective in the fact that there had not been any casualty. People even working on the 16th floor had managed to come down after the fire broke out. The fire had started from the mall area, and the smoke and the alarm, which had then alerted people who had been here on the other block, had enough time to come down and taking either the emergency exit or the left. Well, that clarity is still not there. So while the response from the fire authorities, the response from the mall authorities, the response of the staff, the response of the locals, and everyone put together had been such timely that there had not been a single incident of injury, there had not been a single incident of casualty. And that's the saving grace. That's the biggest takeaway. The other lesson that we must take away from this broadcast, and of course from this incident, while you're overtly getting dependent in a modern lifestyle where malls are very much part of our lifestyle, it is equally important to understand that malls, when they are being built, they do ensure the safety measures are put in place, because most of these malls are centrally AC. And because they're centrally AC, you won't find any window which you can just open as per your convenience, either for a smoke or for the smoke to come out. Now, because this is centralized AC, that's the reason the smoke, which otherwise becomes more critical and can make a situation more diabolical, that had been stuck inside. And God forbid, if anyone were stuck inside, then the smoke is a killer smoke. And I come from experience. I come from AMRI fire tragedy. I come from Stephen Court fire tragedy. I come from other tragedies which happened outside Kolkata, be it Upahar cinema, the tragedy in Delhi, which had claimed so many lives. So basically, it's a smoke which is more killing than the fire, I would say, because the fire can be doused, but the smoke has to have a window to get out. And in order to give the smoke a window, this glass facade had been broken using hydraulic ladder, which again means you have to have the time and the luxury of time to bring the hydraulic ladder, then get it fixed, and for the machine to work, you will have some time lapse, and the time lapse can actually cost someone's life. And that's the reason it's very, very important to have each and every fire safety measure in place. The only hitch that I've come across, and only sore which has stuck to my eye, that I found two fire exits. Two of them I found. And I've also collected testimonies of people who have complained that fire exits, emergency exits, staircases have been blocked of rubbish. At least I found two such staircases, emergency exits, where the landing place had either been cluttered of wooden ladder or plyboard or roll of plyboard or cardboard, stuff that you use to either build the outside of a shop or the interior of a shop. And because there are multiple shops inside a mall, such repair work, construction work, maintenance work continue, which require such stuff to be kept somewhere. Well, if they have to be parked somewhere, the emergency staircase is certainly not the ideal place. Again, I repeat, I come from a middle class family. You watching could be from a middle class family. The way we use our staircase as an utility area, the same way a mall, which is expected to be not a home but a professional space, cannot use emergency exit staircase as utility area. Simply, if you don't care to dump it outside, dump it there, and you are done with your responsibility or duty. So these are the two takeaways which I would, of course, be taking with me from this broadcast. hopefully authorities would be taking the corrective action and corrective measures so that in the future, if a tragedy of this kind happens, human lives are saved. To all our viewers, let me just see if I have something to read on. Uh, just give me a moment. All right, let me just see if I have some. Well, I can't open my broadcast now. To all our viewers, thank you so much for connecting with us. To all the comments, we simply thankful to all our viewers who have connected with us so far. Okay, I do see. Uh, it has gone again. Acha. Uh, Glad to hear that evacuation is complete and no casualties. Emily is joyous. Yes, even we are glad. IMC GGH in all such buildings, fire exit is used as a warehouse. I will not. I will not say that I disagree with you because I saw it myself. No lessons learned from AMRI hospital fire in 2012. I won't say that, but I think if lessons were well learned and implemented, would have been better today and would also be better for future. Uh, People seem to be trapped. No casualties reported. No, nobody's trapped inside. Emilis, thanks for your concern. Manu John, what must have happened? Well, we are being told there was a fire at a bookstore inside this multi-storied shopping mall, and the situation is under control now. Well, to all our viewers, thank you so much for connecting with us. It has been a long broadcast. We are winding it up now, and well, again, I just say we just hope and pray that such situations never happen. And if such situations happen in the future, we are better prepared to handle them. And we can only prepare ourselves better when we learn our lessons better. I'm here with my video journalist Ronnie Shatra, my producer Titash, editor Orko Shaha is also there at office. Well, thanks for all your support, and we will be coming back with another live broadcast very shortly. For now, thank you for watching.